Let us take the case of the company started by Portia Medical. The company started by Meena and Ganesh. They were looking for a good idea, a good business that they can start after selling Tutor Vista. So they were looking for a customer pain point. When they scanned the environment, they found that 50% of the medical expenses of patients is spent outside the hospital. That means 50% of the medical expenses are spent after they are discharged from the hospital. And Meena was personally connected with such an experience, pain, customer pain. Her parents were aged and they had some major operations, and there were nobody to take care of them at home. So how to provide quality medical treatment, medical service to the ailing patients. They are not bedridden, they are not horizontal, they are fighting with certain disorders. That search resulted in an online Medicare company in Delhi. They bought that company and they scaled up the company, and that is the story of Portia Medical. Meena is the CEO of the company, and see, this company was enabled by technology. The customers can seek the service online, and nurses, physiotherapists, doctors, they attend the patients at their homes, and they are charged for the service that is provided. So it is a wonderful business which was started by Ganesh and Meena and scaled up by them. So it is providing, meeting the felt need of the consumers. Another major process to be considered is the timing of the market launch. Some products, some businesses will have a short life if you are too early in the business. For example, today Big Basket is a great business. An online market just like Flipkart or Amazon or Alibaba.com. You can buy online anything. The things will be provided at your door. So convenience, then discounts, then the facility of return if you are not satisfied. So many needs of the customers are met by the online platform. Uber Eats is there. So if you want the food from a particular restaurant, you can order it online. So technology has enabled such platform markets. So if you had introduced an online business before the advent of technology, that business was sure to fail. So before the success of Big Basket, an online market was started by the founder, but it failed because there was no brand width. Internet was slow. So then the delivery mechanism was not developed. So the logistics was not developed. Today, logistics is developed, then internet is faster. So it is very easy to start a global business. The product can be taken to any place. Say if you can list your product in the eBay, and you can serve the customers anywhere in the world. That advantage is there. An entrepreneur, one of my friends, introduced long back in the 1990s a product called Fiber Rich. His company is called Foster Foods. So he was manufacturing biscuits, specialty biscuits, then biscuits for a sugar-free biscuit called a Lifetime, like that. At that time, see, there was a need for fiber-rich food products. When that product was introduced, that biscuit was introduced, see, it failed thoroughly in the market because the consumers were not that health conscious at that time. So if that biscuit was introduced now, that would have been a great success. So the timing of the launch of the product or the business is very important. Jack Ma launched Alibaba.com way back in 1993. He went to America, learned internet from his friends, came back to China. He started with developing websites. China website was not there at that time, so he developed a China website. Then he started developing websites for small businesses. Some 30 lakh websites were created. Finally, he started this Alibaba.com, through which the consumers can buy garments, they can buy electronic goods, they can buy grocery, like any product can be bought. Recently, Jack Mayer has introduced a marketplace, an electronic, online electronic market for the farmers. The farmers can sell their products through Alibaba.com marketplace. In India also, we have started an e-market. Till this time, in North India and except Kerala, farmers were selling their produces through APMCs, Agriculture Produce Market Committees, called regulated markets. The farmers were not permitted to sell their produce outside the regulated markets, specific regulated markets, notified markets were there. They were not able to sell anywhere. But when the e-market was created by the government, these markets have been linked by internet, and a farmer in Karnataka can sell his rice anywhere in India, in any market in India. ITC has built a wonderful portal called ITC Chopal, ITC e-Chopal. And the farmers can sell their wheat or other agriculture commodities through this e-Chopal. The e-Chopal is run by a trained person, and it will be there in every village. The farmer can go to the e-Chopal and see the market price and the price of ITC for wheat and other commodities. So ITC is using e-Chopal to procure raw material for its finished products, particularly for Ashirvad Atta. By that, they are helping the farmers and helping themselves. So this model has been a great success. It is giving excellent remunerative price to the farmers of Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. And for your information, Ashirvad Chakki Atta is having 70% market share in Kerala because of its high quality, best quality. So technology has enabled many new products in many fields. Now you know that in Kerala, from Kerala itself, see, there is an educational app called Byju's Educational App. This is also addressing a customer pain. See, the students were finding it difficult to learn mathematics and physics and chemistry from the classroom. Now it is a tutor for them. By paying some amount, students from 6 to 12 can learn on their own, not going to any tuition master. So it is acting as a tuition master. Recently, some equity investors, some virtual venture capitalists invested some 24,000 crores rupees in this app developed by Ravindran. He is a BTech graduate. He was conducting CAT coaching. Then some of his friends advised him about such an opportunity, and he catched that opportunity and developed an app. And now it is one of the most valued startups in India. And before concluding my class, I would like to give you some idea about the entrepreneurial process. Some models have been developed by some international experts. One model of business process or business opportunity identification is from Duke Center entrepreneurial process model. It involves first idea generation, then opportunity evaluation, then preparing a or writing a business plan, then mobilizing the or acquiring the resources, launching the product, and finally growth. I will explain it with the help of an example or a case. See, a boy who failed in the 6th standard is now the owner of a business worth turnover of 1,000 crores. He is telling around 10 crores idli in Karnataka alone, and he is telling around 8 crore porota daily in Karnataka, and he is a 6th standard dropout. After that, he passed SSLC, then he took a BTech from Regional Engineering College, Calicut, in computer science. Then he got employed in Motorola. He went to Germany, worked in Gulf, and his father was a rubber tapper, and he was the only son, and he had 2 sisters, and his father had a debt of around 1 lakh rupees at one point of time when he was working in Dubai, and with 1 month salary he was able to discharge the whole debt of his father. And one day he was going along the IIM Bangalore campus, and he wanted to do MBA in that campus because that campus attracted him. So he wrote the entrance examination. He prepared for CAT for 2 years, and he qualified. After completing his MBA, he joined his cousins, 4 cousins who were doing a small grocery shop in Bangalore. And one day night they discussed what product they will introduce for a business. Then they suggested we will produce idli dosa batter, and what will be the name of that company. One suggested ID. ID stands for very brief short name, and it stands for idli dosa, and their company is now idli dosa fresh food, largest selling breakfast food in India. They have operations in Dubai and in most of the cities in India, and they have around 1,500 employees, and Recently, he was invited to UN and also Harvard Business School to give a talk about entrepreneurship. And his name is PC Mustafa. Why he was invited to Harvard and why he was invited to UN to make a speech? Because recently he brought an innovation in his business. The innovation he brought was he developed a small gadget to produce the country vada. Vada is a delicious snack or a breakfast in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Idli, dosha, vada is a very good combination. But see, housewives cannot make this vada at home because an udinu vada without a hole is not acceptable by the consumers. And to put a hole in the udinu vada is the most difficult process. After 3 years experiment and failing 99 times in the experimentation, his company ID Fresh was able to develop a small sachet type thing to make this vada. You just squeeze this batter into boiling oil, then this vada can be made. So this story he narrated in Harvard Business School and UN. And recently he was selected as the best entrepreneur alumni in IIM Bangalore. And so this is the story of ID Fresh. And ID Fresh is thinking of expanding his business all over the world to make the turnover of the company 10,000 crores. And his mathematics is also very correct. In Bangalore, there are around 1.37 crores people. And if they take 3 vadas every day, then that itself will become 4 crores idlis every day. And like that, if idli is made a breakfast in other states like Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, and according to World Health Organization, this is the best, most nutritious breakfast in the world. So this breakfast can be spread all over the world, then naturally the business of ID will grow, flourish, and it's a zero debt company. They don't pay any interest. Therefore, ID has not taken any loan, and they are based on ethics also, in the sense that see, they got an order early years to manufacture this diamond cuts. See, it was a huge order of around 25 lakhs every month. So it was a very attractive order. So they were manufacturing it, and the order came from Taj Hotel. Accidentally, Mustafa asked the chief chef, "What will you using this diamond cuts for?" Then they said, "It is a liquor snack." He was shocked. See, with my product I cannot promote alcohol because my ethics doesn't allow alcohol business. So he went back to his office, discussed with his cousins. They all said, we cannot be in this business. So he rang up the chef and told him, I'm withdrawing from the contract, the deal. So ethics is very important. So when you start a business, when you grow a business, you should be grounded on your principles. As we have seen in the case of paper boat, not only innovation, but you should have strong moral principles, and authenticity is one of the most important principles. So there is another model of evaluating the identification of business opportunities. It is called the stage gate model, developed by Baringer and Graysock in 2008. So it involves several steps, almost like the Dewey Center entrepreneurial process model. First step is identify business idea. Screen the idea, that is the preliminary idea, whether you have a fit with the product and the market, the consumer will accept it. If it is favorable, if there is a good fit between the product, service and the market, proceed. If there is no good fit between the product and the market, then you re-evaluate the idea or the concept. Third step is conduct a full feasibility analysis. You validate your idea, whether there is a uniqueness in your product, whether you can brand it, whether you have the capacity, whether you have the resources. Then see gestation period, all those things you have to consider, validate, and if it is found good, then you can move to the fourth step, prepare a plan, then develop a prototype, that is the minimum value proposal. Don't wait for a full-fledged, full or a perfect product. So once you are convinced about the product, you have to launch the product, move fast in the market, then finally you have to launch your business. So you can't go discussing with people, and according to Velumani, if you go on discussing, you cannot take a decision. There is no good decision or bad decision. Only future will tell you whether the decision was good or bad. So you take the decision and move forward. So this process is called the stage gate model. So there are different stages, different gates, and you go through the gates and finally take a call whether you should take a business. And we discussed about the business model of different companies like Double Hose. We discussed about ID Fresh. We discussed about Paper Boat. Then we discussed about Thyro Care. So one business model canvas I will introduce to you. That is, you have to look at the key partners in your business. Key partners, founders, then customers, then your team, management team, then your consumers, then your suppliers, then the government. These all key partners. Then the key activities, core activities, and the other activities. If you take Thyrocare, the core activity is, testing of the product. Then key resources. What are the resources available with you? Technology, financial resources. Then customer relations. Most important. How you can connect with your customer. Who are your uh, target consumers? Whether your business is a B2 business or a B2B C business, like that. Then marketing channels. We have seen different marketing channels of double hoods. If you take the case of Eastern, they are following only one channel. That means the company, then the wholesale distributors. If you take the case of some other companies, like see a uh, consumables company, they will be company, then wholesale distributors, then retailers. That is the same. Then customer segments. Which segment you will be addressing? Take the case of Portia Medical. See, their customers are patients. They are home staying patients. They cater the needs of the medical care. Then most important thing, the cost structure. What are the different elements of your cost and what should be controlled? You have to control the cost and reduce the price. That was the model adopted by Thyrocare, and it was a success. Then finally the revenue streams. Who will pay for your product? Finally, you have to take a decision about it. In the case of Thyrocare, see, the payment will be made by the patients who go for a testing. Then in the case of Paperboat, see, the payment will be made by consumers who are in the age group of 20 to 40, mainly the youngsters. Like that, when all these elements are joined, it becomes a wonderful business model. Thank you.